Hey riders, are you prepared for this year's Prospera Valley Granfondo? Well, we're at Twin Rinks Physiotherapy in Langley, British Columbia to learn a few stretches that'll help get you ready. Bruce is already inside with physiotherapist Arnout Stams, so let's go check it out.
Arnout, what are we looking at doing today?
Well, our goal is today to give a few stretches that will help the cyclist before any ride and after finishing any ride. I was a part of the Fondo last year and I really enjoyed that, and I'm really happy to be back this year. So what the goal is today is that we're going to start with some dynamic stretching. And the dynamic stretching is a stretch where we go through the full range of motion of a joint in order to limber up the joint and as well as to warm up the muscles. So we'll start with our first demonstration for today. There's actually two different movements that we do to loosen up the hip and the knee, which will be helpful before any ride.
Okay, then let's get started.
So for dynamic stretching, the goal is to go through movement, and that way we try to warm up the joint as well as the muscles. We don't do static stretching anymore before any ride, so we really would stress the importance of dynamic stretching. One of the first stretches that we can do is where we bring the hip forward and outwards. That way, really loosen up that hip joint, and that will help in preparing you on both hips as well as the muscles of the hips to loosen up. Another motion that is really beneficial is going to be lifting and straightening out. So what we do is we lift and we straighten out or lie backwards. That way we lengthen the muscles actively, which is a better form before a ride to warm up the muscles and the joint. As you notice during the dynamic stretching, when you have your cycling cleats on, it's harder to hold your balance. What we can use to improve that is you use your tool as a stretching balancer, where we can hold on to the bike while you do your stretches. Static stretching, we predominantly encourage you to do that after the ride. With static stretching is you bring the muscle and the lengthened position statically, which means you try to hold for 20 to 30 seconds the lengthened position. For instance, when we stretch the quad, which is the muscle that runs on the front of your thigh, from your hip to below your knee, we're gonna try to hold above the ankle so you don't pull on your foot. Keep your knees nicely close together and your back straight, and you bring the muscle till you feel a light stretch in the muscle. Again, here the bike serves well as a balancer.
Don't forget, preventing an injury is better than healing them. If you do sustain an injury while riding, make an appointment with your massage or physiotherapist. The Prospera Valley Granfondo takes place this year on July 21st, 2013. Go to valleygranfondo.com to register today.